Let's understand all the formulas of derivatives. First formula is derivative of x raised to n. Derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. From this formula, we can make four more formulas, that is derivative of constant, derivative of x, derivative of root x, derivative of 1 by x. Let's understand how we get derivative of constant. In algebra, always remember x raised to 0 is 1. And if we multiply any number by 1, we get the same answer. So we will have derivative of k into 1. Now we can replace 1 by x raised to 0. So derivative of k into 1 is k into x raised to 0. Now k is constant, so we can take it outside, that is k into derivative of x raised to 0. Now we can compare that derivative of x raised to 0 is similar with derivative of x raised to n, and n is equals to 0 here. So its answer can be k into derivative of x raised to 0 is n, that is 0, into x raised to n minus 1, that is 0 minus 1. And if we multiply any number with 0, we get answer as 0. That's why derivative of constant is 0. Derivative of constant is 0. Now let's see how to get derivative of x. Here x raised to nothing, that is 1. When we compare x raised to 1 and x raised to n formula, we understand that n is equals to 1. So its answer can be n, that is 1, into x raised to n minus 1, that is 1 minus 1. So here 1 into x raised to 0. Again x raised to 0 is 1. That's why 1 into 1 will be 1. So the derivative of x will be 1. Now let's understand derivative of root x. We can write root x as x raised to 1 by 2. Again we can compare that. So here n is equals to 1 by 2. Its answer can be n, that is 1 by 2, into x raised to n minus 1, that is half minus 1. So 1 by 2 into x raised to half minus 1 is minus 1 by 2. Why we have taken x raised to minus 1 by 2 as 1 by root x? Because x power is negative and it's 1 by 2. So we know 1 by 2 is root, right? But it's negative root. That's why we have taken it into denominator with root. So final answer is 1 by 2 root x. So derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Now let's understand derivative of 1 by x. We can write 1 by x as derivative of x raised to minus 1. Again the same thing, we are taking x which is in denominator, we are taking it into numerator. So its power will become negative. So derivative of x raised to minus 1. Again we can compare and understand that n is equals to minus 1. Its answer can be n, that is minus 1, into x raised to n minus 1, that is minus 1 minus 1. So here minus 1 into x raised to minus 2. So x raised to minus 2 can be written as minus 1 upon x square, because its power is negative and it's in numerator. To get its power positive, we can move it into denominator. So derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Next formula is derivative of e raised to x. Derivative of e raised to x will be e raised to x. Derivative of a raised to x, it's a raised to x into log a. Derivative of log x, so it can be written as 1 upon x. Now we will see how to find out derivative of trigonometry terms, that is derivative of sine x, derivative of cos x, derivative of tan x, derivative of cot x, derivative of sec x, derivative of cosec x. Sine and cos are related to each other here. So derivative of sine x is cos x. Now here, when derivatives start with letter C, that is cos C, cot C, cosec C, so its answer is negative. So derivative of cos x will be minus sin x. Derivative of tan x is sec square x. Derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. Derivative of cosec x is minus cosec x into cot x. Now we will see derivatives of trigonometry terms but in inverse form. So derivative of sine inverse x, derivative of cos inverse x, derivative of tan inverse x, derivative of cot inverse x, derivative of sec inverse x, derivative of cosec inverse x, whose derivatives start with c, its answer will be negative. So we will put here negative sign. Derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. For cos we have same answer, only thing is it will be negative. So derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by under root of 1 minus x square. Derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. For cot again the same answer, but it is negative. So derivative of cot inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Derivative of sec inverse x is 1 by x under root x square minus 1. For cosec, the same answer as sec inverse, but it's negative. So minus 1 upon x into under root of x square minus 1. Now let's understand how can we perform derivation if there is addition or subtraction operation. So derivative of u plus minus v is, it means that u and we are adding or subtracting. So in that case we will take separate derivatives and in mid we will put the same sign as it is, that is derivative of u plus or minus derivative of v. If there is multiplication operation, that is derivative of u into v, in that case we will take derivative of first term, then addition and derivative of second term, that is derivative of u plus derivative of v. if we have division operation, then derivative of u upon v can be, we will write denominator, that is v, then we will take derivative of numerator, that is derivative of u. We will put minus sign and we will change u and v, that is here u will come first and derivative of v, and in denominator we will put square of denominator. So derivative of u upon v is v into derivative of u minus u into derivative of v upon v square. That's all related to derivatives formula. If you like the video, please hit like, share and subscribe.